And he might talk on he will be talking on his experiences, which might potentially be triggering to folks depending on what the experiences are. Obviously, my guests have free reign to talk on their experiences, however, whatever words connect them best. So viewer discretion is advised, for language and content warning, stuff like that. So yes. Didn't think...
Who's that Pokemon?
Sorry.
It's Pikachu! Pikachu!
That was a very loud clip. And Angel's just sitting in her ramen box as always. All right, ad's gonna play now. Exclamation mark ad break. And I'll see you in a minute and a half. Angel, I wish you would sit over here so I could properly capture your floofiness. That'd be great. Hello, Adammune gang. Yeah, Adammune gang, where you at? Wow, the bot still never posted if I was going live. Damn. Why? Discord, what you doing, baby? What you doing, baby? Holy shit.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Yeah, you're probably right. I should drink water. I'm gonna at the Bear Project. All right. Get plenty of rest. Wait. What are you saying? Hi, Aya. First of all, didn't think you would sleep after Sleepy. Wait, what do you mean, Aya? Well, what's the word I'm trying to use? I still streamed yesterday. Aya. That's when I was sleepy. Jeff, it's Monday. Has cheesecake. Yeah, it was a long day at work. Honestly, I did way too much today, but I had to do all the things that I normally do throughout the week instead on today. Angel's like, nah, Waba needs rest. Get plenty of rest afterwards. I will. It's okay. Oh, Bear Project redeemed that. Hell yeah. Discord. I'm so lost. Yeah, literally Discord. The Discord bot's being dumb. I mean, it's me 6 specifically, so I don't know why it's being dumb. I have 10k out of 50k Waba berries. Oh yeah? You're trying to get VIP? I meant stream. I'm saying for VIP? Heck yeah. You need to rest? What do you mean? Oh, I'm not going to stream again. I'm not going to stream again Tuesday. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, you're ready? Okay. Boop. Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Turn your camera on, please and thank you. And I'll switch over to the scene, and I'll remind myself to mute my alerts. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful person. All right, let me turn down this. Okay, so everyone please give a warm Waba fam welcome to the Bear Project. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How are you?
Pretty good. Your microphone is very low. I'm going to turn you up.
Is it good now?
Yes.
There we go.
Love it. All right, welcome in, buddy. Yes, what are your pronouns first and foremost? Absolutely.
He, him.
He, him. They, them. What's good? So, welcome the heck in. I have, not gonna lie, been a lurker a bit on your show. I love what you do. I love your energy. So I just wanted to invite you in. And
Yes.
I wanted to talk to, oh my God, name is escaping me now, but you two collab a lot. I can't hear them. Oh my gosh. Feels bad. I'm blinking. Anyway, welcome in. So how are you doing?
Happy to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Of course.
I'm doing pretty good. Just literally got home from work. Not too long
Yeah.
ago, so just,
Have you taken a little bit of time for yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Just making sure. We'll try not to go too late. I don't know if you're on a time squeeze, but try to respect your time, of course. But yeah, I called you to talk today to the community about your experiences with intersectionality. Have you heard that term before?
I've heard it a few times.
Heard it a few times. What is your kind of functional definition of that, you think?
Um, just the way I see it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just how everything in your life kind of like collides or comes together.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, and I think I told you this already, I literally just bounce off of wherever my guest is at. So, literally, your definitions and your experiences are top for me. Like, I truly believe that our own experiences are key to understanding each other, gaining
Yes.
empathy, and understanding.
Yes,
So
I agree.
that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, just I think I told you this, but just to tell you this again, because I have to tell all my guests, and I'm just gonna make a funny. It's basically a meme at this point.
Okay.
But you can fucking curse if you want to, and you can also tell your story in whatever way with whatever words that connects to you best. So
Okay. Okay.
that's where I'm coming from. So
All right.
intersectionality. So yeah, let's just jump right in, right? So
Yep.
obviously, I invited you on because you're a person of color. Frankly, you're black.
Yes.
And I literally specifically invited people of color on throughout these 2 months to talk about this because I think for those folks, for that community, you know, it's most salient for you on usually on a daily. At least that's
Yes.
how most people describe it to me.
Yes.
So what has been? Let's start here. What are your identities? Like what identities are salient for you? Because I have like a little chart thing over here of various stuff, but
When you mean as far as like what I identify?
yeah,
as?
absolutely,
Oh, male. Identify as a male, and
sure,
I guess I guess I could say like a straight male, but
Sure.
I feel like I love everybody. I don't have any issues or problems with anyone, regardless of ethnicity, race, beliefs, sexual orientation, or anything like that. I pretty much I have open arms and an open heart for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think people should really associate straight with hateful either. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I know that I joke around a lot. I'm sure, and like the community jokes around a lot in general of just like when you say like men, or like the straights are at it again. It's like we know who we're talking about, and like if you're a straight ally, you know that we're not talking about you.
You.
It's like one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and even with that, I don't think, regardless of your sexual orientation, shouldn't be made fun of either.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I don't, I don't like the words and the connotations that people use as far as for people who are, part of the LGBTQ community, binary, non-binary, lesbian or the gay community. It shouldn't be like a bad connotation behind that because you guys are still people first.
Yeah, kind of. Just a bit. Just a lot of it.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
The way I see it is people first, preference second. I have to see you. I'm going to look at you as a human being, as a person.
Absolutely.
You're the only line in the sand that I draw with the sexual orientation, as long as it's not brought to me in a very disrespectful way that I guess you could say goes against what my perspective on things are, then we're good. I have family members, I have friends, I love them to death. Like I feel like some of them will go to bat quicker for me than some of my hetero straight friends.
There's a reason for that. Do you want to know why?
yeah, go. Yeah.
So I think the reason you're not late, Jenny. Welcome in, by the way. I think the reason that a lot of the queer community in general will stand up for people first and foremost is because they've usually been the target of hate before. So it's just like, oh, someone's messing with you. Nah, bro, we got you, fam. Like literally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel the same way about them. You know, like I said, the preference and orientation it's not gonna sway me, because at the end of the day, these people are human. They have feelings, they have emotions, and no, I don't understand why it's being made fun of. It's not that's not nothing to joke about at all. So, you know, it angers me when people say, like, you know, certain words that are used to disrespect members of these communities.
Right.
Can't stand it. Hate it with a
Oh,
passion.
I hate that shit too. Homophobia, transphobia. I mean, I
don't-
literally, my whole community stands against this kind of shit. I literally call this the safest space on Twitch, because those kind of folks are just the bane of my existence. It's just like, you gonna be a hater? Fuck off. Like,
Yes.
we don't need you here.
Yes, I agree.
Like,
Totally.
hate fucking just, nah. It's toxic. It's toxic shit. No Trump, no KK, no fascist USA. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm with you. Every single one of you. I feel the exact same way.
And honestly, to what you're saying, you know, and it's a statement that's been said before, you know, I look at people first, you know, as a person. That's what we want, though. That's kind of what we want. Like, that's the goals. But the thing of the matter is like, the reason that, and this is, you know, where some straight people, I feel, get very sidetracked, is they're just like, oh, but like, yeah, they can be gay, but like, why do they have to be so open about it? And it's just like, bish, heterosexuality is so naturalized in everyone's environment. Like,
I mean,
you see people kissing, you see romance movies, you know what I mean? Like, heterosexuality is everywhere in media. So like, to see gay romanticism, it's just like, people blows their mind.
People should be able to be themselves unapologetically. There shouldn't be of course, like, you want to have a certain, I guess, like, tact and class with how you do it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, no, be yourself. I would be more mad at the fact that you're putting on a mask trying to hide who you are versus being genuinely yourself.
Exactly.
So, yeah, if it's, listen, why they have to be so open about it? And does it affect you?
Right. Literally,
No.
mind your business.
If it doesn't affect you, keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
What's so hard about that?
What's
Nothing.
hard about that?
I mean, that's the question.
Yeah,
What's so hard about
it's the question, but ultimately the answer, quote unquote, it's not really an answer, and it's more of an excuse. And the excuse is like, oh well, it's not the norm, and I'm scared of change, and I'm scared of learning. I think that's where the root of all evil comes from. Is just, I'm scared to be wrong. I'm scared of ignorance, even though I'm maintaining myself to be ignorant, and I'm being purposely ignorant.
Yeah, that's willfully ignorant.
Exactly.
You're making a choice to not want to know.
Right.
See, and I think that's the problem with people.
Yeah.
People are so stuck in their ways that they of course, you know, we fear what we don't understand, right?
Absolutely.
So instead of working on trying to get past that fear by understanding, we'd rather judge. Why?
Exactly.
What about your closet? I'm pretty sure there's some skeletons in there you don't want people to know about. So why would you attack someone else for their preference? That's their preference. If it doesn't affect you in a bad way,
Exactly.
mind your business.
Exactly. Yeah. For all the religious folks and the religious bigots out there, you know, how about, you know, he without sin cast the first stone? Like, fuck off.
Listen,
Oh my God. That pisses me off.
That's a thorn in my side. Right?
Same.
Oh, if you know how they say, oh, if you're gay, you're going to hell and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Have you looked at your rap sheet lately?
Right? Like, God.
What have you done that is so holier than thou?
Right, exactly. It's just like, how the fuck you get to act that way just because you go to church every Sunday? Like, bish, like, what?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Headache.
Oh, it is. It's a big
headache.
fucking headache, dude.
Yes. I can't stand it.
I can't.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
when
That's a good question.
what? Oh, does your Christianity cause you to go through difficult confusion? Like, did you have Christian peers who have battled you? No, because at the end of the day, like when it came to my family, when it came to family members, coming out and revealing them, I hugs. That does nothing. That doesn't hurt me, because at the end of the day, like, what am I gonna do? Like, hate them for who they are?
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't. I mean, okay, I have a million tattoos, right? So
Sure.
are they gonna hate me for having a million tattoos? No. They
Hope
may be
not.
like, all right, Bear, like that. All right, that's a lot of tattoos, man. But no, they still love me regardless. So whatever they choose, that at the end of the day, that is their life. I am a
Mm-hmm.
person that loves them despite what everyone else may see,
Right.
because, like I said, human first, preference second.
Yeah. And that's how it should be. That's how it should
Yeah,
be. That's how we want it to be, but it's not that way
of
right
course
now.
of course it's not.
It's not. So that's why we got to stand up. That's why we got to make a stand. And it's more than just about, because I feel like a lot of people, and like, this is one thing that I struggle with personally on Twitter a lot, just but social media in general, is when people kind of, oh my God, what's the word for it? They do grandstanding. What is it called? Like showboat grandstanding, where like they like say something, but then they don't take any action about it. They don't actually put that into words. They don't hold their friends accountable. What am I talking about? It's a term. I can't think of it right now. Leo's gonna know it.
Have you battled within your Christianity to like justify it? I had a good friend all of a sudden say I can accept their opinion that they are, and I was like, huh? That's not like accepting him. No, because at the end of the day, okay, like if we're gonna go the route of, Christianity, right? Did Jesus have any less love for Judas, who betrayed him, or for, I think that was Paul, 3 times denied him? No. He knew these people were going to betray him, and still they sat at the table with him.
Mm-hmm.
He accepted them. The criminal that got crucified with him, that criminal knew something was different about him. And guess what Jesus did? Accepted him into the kingdom of heaven. So if that's the case, why am I going to sit here and belittle and destroy someone simply because of who or what they choose to be? No, that's not. No.
So I didn't know. I feel bad. Wait, no, I did know that you're a Christian, which is something I was like interested in. I'm glad that Jenny brought it up as well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of connotations. There's a lot of like assumptions that people can make when they learn that you're Christian, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you're pretty open about it.
No,
and,
yeah.
and I appreciate that, honestly. And
listen, I'm gonna let out a fun fact, right? That nobody knows.
Yeah.
Other than like family and the people that were there.
Sure.
As a hetero black man, I've done modeling, right?
Sure.
Nude modeling.
Cool. I love sex workers.
I know, right? Now you want to know who the photographers were? They're my friends. Guess what they were? Gay men.
Cool.
Nothing.
Who cares?
Love them.
Like, who cares? Like, all right, cool.
Those are my brothers.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Nice.
Nope.
Nice. No, but where I was going to go with it is, not only that there's like certain connotations that people associate with Christianity, really, if people actually knew what Christianity about, and this, I'm saying this more for other Christians, they would know that you're actually like a good Christian. You're like, obviously no one's like better than another one person, but at the same time, like, you're actually a good Christian, because like literally the entirety of Christianity and most religions is literally all about like letting people do their own thing, and you can do your own thing, like freedom of choice and freedom of fucking expression and freedom of life and free will. Hello, God gave us free will, right? Yeah. Like even
So
if
I
you,
don't. So I just don't understand why so much. And then like, okay, so this is a thing that I've also noticed.
yeah,
Um,
hit me with it.
a lot of people who are quick, like they don't think, they go off impulse, and they're really quick about, oh, gay people. Ooh,
Right.
that almost makes me think, what are you hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so defensive?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let
Absolutely.
I'll let out another a dark fun fact.
Sure.
I've had a friend,
Mm-hmm.
well, two of my friends. I like went to a gay bar.
Cool. Gay bars are fun.
Nothing. Nothing. I got my own drink. I was chilling. Conversation was cool. I never felt like any lines or boundaries was crossed for me to respond.
You know why? Because you're securing your masculinity, and not a lot of
Absolutely.
guys are.
No.
Not a lot of straight
So
guys are, because they're just like, oh, well, I'm not gay. I don't want to go to a gay bar. It's like, dude, what? I'm not asking out. Like, chill.
right.
What do you want about, buddy?
Yeah. Listen. I don't understand it. So for me, it's just yeah. It's a lot of that. It's the defense mechanisms are just so quick.
Yeah,
And like Jeffrey said, it's supposed to be about love, but
absolutely.
unfortunately,
Yes.
it is
Loud.
it is a pandemic of hatred going around.
Listen, this is how it works. This is how social media works too. Loud bigots fucking end up representing communities
Yeah, they do.
where there could be so much love, there could be so much power for change and positive impact. But loud bigots take that front page and they take those newsreels because hate sells, sex
does.
sells, you know, all that shit.
Yeah,
It's marketing 101 for you.
true. That's very true. And I just wish that we all could come to a place where we are willing to understand other perspectives. There's nothing wrong with being open-minded. You may actually find out a lot more by opening your mind than staying closed-minded.
Exactly.
So if people were willing to have these, and I said it on Twitter, these uncomfortable conversations need to be
I
had
saw
more
that.
often.
I fucking clapped. I literally was like, yes, I love it, because we're literally going to have an uncomfortable conversation tonight.
These uncomfortable conversations need to be had more often.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that people are ducking around them being politically correct or whatever you want to call it. Stop. We need to address these things.
It's dumb. It's
Because
mad dumb.
If we don't, well, we're just going to have more and more problems.
Pretty much.
So,
See,
yeah.
this is something that I got really upset about the other day. I did a whole stream about it because I was so upset. Is ethical content creation. Because I feel like also the term I was looking for before is called moral grandstanding. And this goes into it a little bit. But what I mean by ethical content creation is, you know,
You're welcome, Jenny.
kind of that, you know, mentality of what someone else said, put your money where your mouth is, you know.
Practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach, right? I think convincing people that a certain way to support someone is like the only way, or like convincing people that doing one thing is the only way to grow, or, you know, I was really harping on support for support mentality and follow for follow mentality.
Yeah.
Because that shit it irks me. It bugs me a lot because it's a trap. It is a trap for especially folks in that smaller streamer, you know, kind of community. Now, I don't like that term, but it's the term that we have, right?
Yes. And the only reason why I'm so hell bent on, you know, continuing that small streamer community support is because when it comes to, like, you know, these things that have happened on Twitch with the hate raids and the bot follow,
Right.
the bigger community, they don't give a hell about us. They feel so safe in their cocoons that they forget they were a small streamer before, and it's us that are supporting them. They forget that part. So it's like their head gets really inflated, and it's just like, no, you need to take a step back and check yourself. So, and then there's more than one way to show support. Support can be a shout out on Twitter.
Sure.
Support can be a retweet. Support can be a lurk. Support can be participating in chat, a sub, a bit, a cheer, a shout out. It could be anything. There isn't just one fundamental way to support people. But I will say this: the energy that you put out, it comes back. So
it comes back, but at the same time, I always warn folks that, you know, you're only human. You only have 24 hours in a day.
yes,
So I think this is where it becomes problematic. It becomes problematic when there's an expectation for that support. It becomes problematic when you set up a system in which you're rewarding that support with something other than just providing content. Because I literally went on a rant about something I saw that was effectively an MLM, but for support with other streamers. And I was just like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like, it literally was just an entire Discord dedicated to supporting others. And like, that's cool, but like, they were trying to do it ethically with like, you know, making genuine connections, but it's like, you can only make so many genuine connections. Like, I have a lot of friends, don't get me wrong. I would like to be your friend too. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to talk to you offline. Don't get me wrong.
absolutely.
But like, there's only so much time in the day, my dude. Like,
yeah,
I value my fucking time. I know my value. And I think
should.
that's really important to know my value, you know?
as you should.
I felt bad for throwing shade, but at the same time, I'm never gonna name drop. But I was just like, nah, this is shady. This ain't it. This ain't it. Like, yeah, make friends, but don't go and like support someone's stream just because you think you're gonna benefit from it ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be an expectation.
Never.
There shouldn't. So, and King, I see you. Have I punched a bigot? I punched a racist person before.
Good for
I
you.
guess if that counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do the subliminal shade throw. I mean, I just tweeted about it. If I consider you a friend, I'm not gonna throw shade at you, and then when you come looking for the answer, I'm gonna disguise it as a joke. No, I don't like that, because sometimes it's not funny,
No, it's not.
and you don't know who you're offending or who you're triggering by doing that. So we need to normalize cutting friends loose who would throw shade and try to disguise it as a joke. If I have an issue with anyone, I go to them. You know what I mean? And if that was the case, like, I mean, I guess it's a way to do it without throwing shade, in a sense. But people lack tact and grace and class these days. So you have to, I don't know, you have to walk a really fine line with that.
See, to make a long conversation a simple statement, be genuine. Straight up. Just be genuine.
Yes.
State your intentions. If you want a business relationship, you want a raid or whatever the fuck, just say that.
Yeah.
Just fucking say that. Don't pretend to be my friend. Don't
Yes.
hype me up for no reason, you know?
Yes.
I get really sus when I come into someone's chat and the first thing I hear is, oh, hey, welcome in. Are you a streamer? Let's give you a shout out if you are. That to me is sus, and I'll tell you why. Because ultimately what it creates is this dynamic where, okay, I'm being rewarded just for merely existing here. they're benefiting from me being here because I'm boosting their numbers right now, you know?
Yes.
And if they're doing this with every single streamer, there's going to be streamers that come in here like, oh, a shout out. Woo, I get something out of this. And they're going to stick around. But is the moment that the main streamer gets partner, everyone's going to leave. And I've seen it happen so many times before. Partner pushes. Ooh. Huh. Can't do that shit. Can't do it. No, absolutely not.
You know, I just, for me, you know, even if the moment comes where I do push for partner, I feel like for me, I'm never going to stop hashtagging, you know, the small streamer community, because at the end of the day, it's them that got me where I am. And it's just that, you know, I'm forever eating a slice of humble pie because I think we all need it. Partner doesn't automatically stamp. It's not you made it. No, there's still work to be done. You still have work to do. You have to maintain the partner aspect of it now, but at the same time, you know, there's always room for improvement. So your job, honestly, is never finished.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, you only get 24 hours in a day, right?
Yep.
And
that's it.
I love.
And not even that.
Yeah, sometimes not even that. I love shouting people out on Twitter just because it's just something that I like. I love doing. Like, I'll get some crazy music playing in my head. I'll be at work for 16 hours. Speaking of which, I have a 16-hour shift tomorrow. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll probably be at work shouting people out because I don't know. It just feels like the right thing to do, and I don't want anything back.
I mean, yeah.
The recognition. All right, cool. Oh my God, Bear, you're awesome. Thank you for shouting.
I don't know.
Welcome.
I'm mixed about it because this is one of the things I kind of get a little annoyed about. Because I feel like I see those kind of shout out posts a lot, and usually I end up like just muting them if I'm tagging them, unfortunately. And it's not that I'm not thankful, but
so many
it's so many notifications, and it's just tiring, and it seems almost like in a way engagement farming type ish. It's not, it is, but it's not, you know?
Yeah. I just want, you know, I want everybody to have eyes and light on them. This is not, you know, I've seen people say, oh, you know, Bear, you know, you're the legend. What are you talking about? You know, and of course, like I'm very okay with where I stand, but this isn't about me. This is about you guys.
For sure.
So for me, it's never, you know, I don't do the shout outs for, you know, my own benefit. I do the shout outs because, you know, we are a community. And the problem is we spend too much time being defensive against one another.
Competitive.
Instead of blend.
Yeah. No.
We spend too much time being competitive.
Yeah. And I don't fight with competitive. Listen, my whole shtick, say so to speak, my whole thoughts behind this, and this is like shop talk stuff. I know we're getting off topic here, but I'll connect it back. Don't worry, I usually do. My whole thing is you know, a rising tide raises all ships in the harbor, kind of thing. I think if streamers work together to learn and exchange knowledge, I think it can be a very positive impact. And I have a couple of groups of streamer friends that we are actually all friends. We do collabs occasionally together. You know, we share knowledge with each other, and that's how we grow, by sharing knowledge. Because ultimately, you know, if you want to compare, you know, smaller streamers to the general public of streamers, really where their success lies is viewers, just viewers, not other streamers necessarily, but viewers. So in order to be successful, in order to get partner, in order to attain and maintain partner numbers, say so to speak, even though I don't really like focusing on numbers, you know, I think focusing on numbers gets really, really toxic really fast.
Agreed.
But, you know, you have to get viewership more than you have to get other streamers in. So I just find it really shady when people, you know, again, the situation I described of just like, you know, they basically only want streamers in the Discord in their community, you know?
Yeah. and I also think content is another thing that dictates that, because
Yep.
we have people who may not be comfortable with talking on the camera,
Right.
or just may not be comfortable with talking with people in general, and they've maybe seen a few streamers who've done it, and now they feel a lot more comfortable within their own space to do that. I think talking with the viewers is an amazing thing, because it allows
Absolutely.
you to genuinely get to look
Right.
at these people not as, oh, these are other streamers, but
No,
you
these
get
are
to know them
people.
as people.
That's what you want to do, though. That's what you want to
Right.
do, because they are
So
people.
yeah, they are. And how video games are fine, right?
Right.
I of course variety streamer,
Sure.
but
Same.
I love the talks. I
Same.
like it when I can create a space where people can just, they're okay with being vulnerable.
Literally. Hello. Hi. Hi. Welcome to the Waba fam, your mental health talk place and career
Yeah,
safe space.
Yeah.
That's my tagline that I say
know what
every
I mean?
single time someone comes in here. Like,
I
I like the
I love
dialogue.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dialogue, the, like you said, the sharing of knowledge, because
Mm-hmm.
it's also perspectives.
Yeah.
So that way you can see your perspective isn't the only perspective. It's a talk, and the talk
Exactly.
is meant to share experiences
Right.
to get a better understanding of the people who you are engaging with. So I just think, I think every single one of us should at least try. I'm not gonna say we should do it, because
Right.
that sounds very demanding. And um, I'm a person that the most I can ask of anyone is to try.
Sure.
Try to have a just chatting segment where you talk to your viewers and you get to know them, because you never know. There may be a viewer that may be right here, that close to walking off the ledge, and you talking to them is what brings them back. You never know. You never know. You can save a life.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but that situation has happened quite a few times in here, actually.
Same here.
I'm sorry I rolled my eyes about it. But it's just like, wow, yeah. Yeah, just like, yeah, well, actually, for our project, you kind of had a few people in here that literally on the edge, and we were just like, hey, listen, we're here for you, buddy, but like, this isn't crisis at the same time, and you gotta call help, and that's why I have resources. That's why I have resources command.
Yeah, and
Hi, mental health counselor, by the way. I don't know if you knew that one, but yeah.
yeah, and and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And sometimes people aren't looking for a response. Sometimes people just need to be heard.
Right.
That's enough.
Well, that's what I do. I hold space and I hear people out, because
Yep.
that's ultimately
What the goal is.
what the goal is. Yeah. Yeah. Is to create a community where ultimately I'm not the only one taking care of people, say so to speak, right? Because again, I'm still one person, but we have other members of the community that also, are allowed to vent, but also are allowed to, check in with each other and check in with, other people in the chat and talk
Yes.
to each other, have conversations. Like
Yes.
sometimes chat just goes on its own. They're talking about something, and I'm like, man, I don't need to chip in. Like y'all have this. Like I agree full away.
Right.
Like you're great.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, in a sense, we all bear one another's burden, or we help each other bear each other's burden. One person doesn't have to, nobody has to feel like they're alone, because when you are in a safe space where you can be vulnerable and everyone's engaging with one another, that's the best
Absolutely.
part about it. You don't have to go through this fight alone. Your fight is not your fight. We can fight
Yep.
it with you.
You're never alone here. Another
Yeah.
tagline. I have way too many taglines.
So, no, I mean, but we're on the same page.
Yeah, I love it.
You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. We can have a conversation. We can eat
Yeah.
together, right?
like, here's the key. Here's the three key words.
Mm-hmm.
You just said we can have a conversation. Like civilized adults.
Yeah. I don't know why that's so hard for some people, but yeah, no, you're right. It's the bane. It's the bane of our existences, right? Just like people getting angry, people getting caught up in their feels and not wanting to have a conversation. And they're just like, well, I feel X, so you should not exist. And I'm just like, all right, buddy, you're out of here.
Right. And like,
I have
this
such
is-
a low bar. I feel like I genuinely am so confused sometimes about it because I have such a low bar of deeming a person to be like a valid, okay person. You know what my bar is set at? Just fucking don't hate / don't want to like harm or hurt or kill people based on shit they literally can't control. That's it. That's where my bar is. My bar is so fucking low.
But you want to know the bad part about that? You want to know the crazy, not even the bad part. You want to know the crazy part about that, Waba?
That's so high for people.
Absolutely. People can't even get over that bar.
No.
That's the bad part. You may feel like the bar is set so low, but it's not. That should be like the basic criteria that should deem you.
Yeah.
And people can't even pass that.
Straight up.
Sad.
It's very sad. It's honestly tragic. I kind of cry a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to spend too much energy on it. But I do kind of cry a bit for bigots and closed-minded people, because I'm just like, the availability of potential awesome conversation, the availability of potential like really cool things. Yeah, exactly. Knowledge, things you could learn. The way your mind could be opened up to so many different ways of being and existing and thinking and feeling. You've closed yourself off to everything. Like, what happened to your sense of adventure? Like, I feel like everyone as a kid had a sense of adventure and a little bit.
I mean, what kid wasn't curious?
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I just think I agree. You know, the vast amount of knowledge and perspective and understanding you could gain is the potential is limitless, because at the end of the day, you haven't gone through everything. You haven't witnessed everything.
And no one has, but that's also the beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
It's because there's always something to fucking witness or experience. This is why, like, if you have the resources, if you have the means to, I highly encourage everyone to travel to some other country that you've never been before.
Yeah.
Even a country that doesn't even speak your language.
Yeah.
That experience is just so humbling. Because you'll be like, wow.
You get to see how other people live life.
Exactly.
And then you might actually get to understand. Here I am complaining about mine. Theirs may not be where mine is, but why am I complaining about mine? It's just the humility. It's being grateful. Because some people don't have what you have. So why are you beating yourself up about the things that you don't have? You should be very, very thankful for the things that you've gained. And then learning from other people is always a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Different words have different meanings, everything. Why not?
Yeah, the extent of human experience is only capped by your openness to other people's experiences.
Yep.
100%. 100%.
Totally agree.
I missed a dono. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I just clicked my alerts. Okay, cosplay. Thank you so much for the $5 dono, by the way. Oh my god. How did I not see that? It's because my alerts are muted. Thank you so much for the Kitty Vet Fund. I appreciate that. We might push our appointment back into December because they have fleas right now, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to visit other cultures. Yeah, Jenny, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let me ask you. I have like 17 different questions now.
Oh,
This is how this works. This is how these conversations develop.
Go for it.
Where did your name come from? The Bear Project.
So
I want to start there.
The bear is my favorite favorite animal. It's like kind of like a spirit animal for me because
Specific bear, brown bear, or
grizzly.
grizzly. Ooh, yeah. Good choice. Good choice.
Right, and even just hearing when when you said that, it's like, oh, great grizzly. But for me, it's more so like it's a personality thing. For me, I'm very mellow, calm to myself. Let me go sit in my corner by myself. Leave me alone. But when you provoke me, there's a different personality you get. I only attacked when provoked.
I feel
And
that.
just the just like the overall strength, bravery, and courage of a bear is just something I feel like are qualities that I have acquired in my time of living. And the project thing, we all are projects. Nobody's complete. Everyone is a work in progress.
I
So
love that.
you have to continue building. You got to continue building blocks, and you may have to remove some blocks. But all in all, you're still a project. You're still working on yourself. So that is where that name comes from.
I love that, man. I love that so much. Uh, okay. So let me ask you this:
Mhm.
where'd you grow up? How was it for you growing up? Like in
Um,
regards to intersectionality, like what was that experience for you? Like, did you encounter any hateful people? How'd you deal with that? Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
and it's about to get dark.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
so I want to say uh, maybe from birth all the way up to like 15, it was great. I was happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? Not a care in the world. I was a child. Saturday morning cartoons, video games, you know, sleepovers and things of that nature. I didn't encounter it then. 15 is like when life took a serious turn, and it's because I had to deal with the loss of my father. Um,
Oh my gosh.
he passed when I was 15, and to me, he passed probably in the most horrific way anyone could lose their father. He was murdered.
Oh my god.
Not only was he murdered, he was murdered by his own brother, my uncle.
What the? What a turn of events.
So I had to deal with that.
Right.
That scarred me. The scar's still there.
Oh,
to an
absolutely.
extent.
I would imagine so.
It made me look at the world like, if my own family could do this, I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody else as far as I can throw them.
Yeah. Yeah, it really it just breaks that familiar bond trust, right?
Yeah, and it just made the whole blood isn't thicker than water cliche. It destroyed that because now I'm looking at everybody with
Yeah.
side eye. Like I don't know where the knife is going to come from. Is it going to come from the side? Is it going to come from the back? Are they going to look at me and stab me? I don't know where it's coming from. So it's just I was angry as a child, very angry,
I imagine
and
so. Confused, angry, just lost.
yeah, lost, confused, and just full of just like pure just rage to a point where at later on I actually attempted suicide because I felt like what was the point of me living? Because at the end of the day, like, I don't have my father. Like, now, you know, when I turned 18, he wasn't there. And it's not that he wasn't there by choice. He wasn't
Right.
there by force.
Right.
See, it's different. It's different when you have to lose your dad to like natural causes versus him being taken from you.
Right. That really is traumatic.
Yeah, it puts everything in a totally different perspective. And I mean, of course, at that age, I already knew like I'm not in control. You're not in control of anything. 1 minute you can be here, God forbid, tomorrow you're done. That's it.
That's how it is.
So
That's life.
dealing with that, at such a young age, it was very, very traumatic to say the least. And I would have a reoccurring nightmare where I would like witness my father's murder.
That's
I wasn't
PTSD, man.
and I wasn't even there. I just heard the story. And it's just, it tore me apart. Like, I there was a guy probably like twice my size, and I'm pretty sure like almost maybe a good 10, 15 years older than me. I was in a store and he bumped me the wrong way and I blacked out on him. Like, very bad. To a point like I get to my house and my hands are like covered. And I'm just like shaking. I'm like, what happened?
Oh my god. So total just blackout, no fucking idea.
And I had no idea what happened. None. All I felt was like heat come off my skin, and that was it. That was it. So for a while, all I wanted, what I really wanted, was to get my hands on my uncle. That's what I wanted. So I spent a good part of, the teenage years trapped in revenge and anger. That was the two things that were, I was operating off of, to a point where like, um, the way I would relieve stress, my tattoos. I took the physical pain of the tattoos and substituted it and used it as a band-aid for the mental pain that I felt, the anger that I felt. It worked. I was numb. I couldn't feel anything. And I felt like a lot of the life lessons that I learned, I've written on me. And it was beautiful. It helped me, even though I had that moment where, I attempted suicide, and, my childhood best friend, he saved me. And then something happened to him and I couldn't save him. He got shot. And it was just like, golly, man, can I get a break?
Right.
So, in the beginning stages, like it hurt. Now, losing my dad, of course, that's still my father. I don't like how it happened. I'm never gonna like how it happened.
No,
but
you don't have to.
yeah, no, not at all.
Right.
But the pain isn't so white hot anymore, if that makes sense.
Stalled.
Now I have a son.
Oh
And
jeez. Yeah.
I get to look at him and be like, wow. This is my legacy. As I am, my father's legacy. So it's kind of like I get to look at my father and my best friend, because his middle name is Aubrey. That's the name of my childhood best friend. That's the name of my childhood best friend. So I get to look at my best friend and my father at the same time. So are they really gone? No. I just have them as angels now to watch me and watch him. So
that's powerful. That's real powerful, man.
And it helps. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just
helps you cope, really, because then it's like, then they're really never really gone from your life,
No, they are just now an extension, and they get to see me grow up through my son. So it's just, it was an amazing thing to come to that realization after so much anger and turmoil, inner turmoil. And I ended up, and that's why I'm a firm believer in, sitting with, quote unquote, the demons and processing them, because when you let it fester, you hold it in, you become a time bomb, and the people you hurt are usually the ones that are closest to you. Those are the ones that are affected the most. The people that want to be there for you are the ones you push away.
Yes, sir. Did you go to therapy, out of curiosity?
Yes.
Did you learn that from therapy?
No, that.
Good for you, honestly, because it takes people a fucking lifetime to learn that shit. That is something I try to teach in here. Yeah. And I try to teach in the community, because it takes people a fucking lifetime to recognize that you need to sit with the hurt
Yes.
in order to begin to heal.
Yes. And forgiveness. Listen, I know forgiveness is hard as hell.
It is very hard.
I get it. People cross lines and they hurt you in ways you would have never thought. Always remember, forgiveness is not about them. It is about you.
Yep.
It's for you to move
It's for you to move forward. Exactly.
They
Because
probably could care less about what they did. They're
Sure.
probably happy about what they did to you because they think they've broken you.
yeah, they had they had that power
They
over
had
you.
power for that one moment.
Are you going to let them have power over you for years to come?
Ever?
Forever. Exactly.
No, not at all. Because if that's the case, now you have an even bigger problem. Because now you're letting other people have power in your life that they should never have had to begin with.
Right. Exactly.
And-
do you
and
want
also-
do you want to have them live rent free in your head?
No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like you would think that people would be sorry for the no, they're sorry that they got caught.
Yeah,
doing
I was
it.
about to say they're sorry they got caught. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Straight up.
I learned, all right, Brandon,
Right.
if you are going to get past this or anything else in your life,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to put everybody at arms. Hey, listen, I'm dealing with something right now. I can't deal with it with all y'all smothering me. I need to be alone. I need to take some time to look in the mirror and process. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
need to process these demons because if I don't, then I'm gonna be a wreck forever. And I'm never gonna address my own problems. And you know, I see Blue Fur. I see you said
Yeah.
you disagree heavily that forgiveness it is different for everybody, and that's why I was saying, it is. I know that it's hard, but holding those grudges is like when you hold a grudge towards a person.
Yeah.
For me, Blue Fur, it's like drinking poison but expecting the other person to die. It won't work.
I think really what we're talking about is letting go. Like sometimes that's in the form of forgiveness, but sometimes it's just in the form of processing and letting go.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
It's interesting. There's a lot of things I want to like commentate on here for a minute.
yeah,
God, man, where do I even start? Like, how was it? I mean, your uncle, your dad's brother, killing him. Like, what even prompted that? What was your family structure growing up? Because you said you had a really nice like family. You had a really nice growing up to age 15 until that event happened. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go off for a minute and then I'll let you go. Sorry.
yeah, no.
Also, it was funny to me that you mentioned the blood thicker than water thing, and that like just like broke your mind. That quote's actually like misquoted so many times.
Yes.
It is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which literally just means the opposite that everyone thinks it means, which is to say your friends and your family of choice is more important than your actual blood family. But everyone associates it with like family means everything, but that's not what it means at all. So,
I mean, sometimes family can be your downfall.
oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Good night, Jenny.
oh yeah, yeah. Good night, Jenny. But yeah, I mean, for me, the structure between like on my dad's side, I think it like went left when my grandmother passed. When she passed, I think that's when it kind of went downhill, and it would be like moments where like here I am, an 11-year-old kid, and my uncle and my father about to go at blows, and I'm like standing in between them, both my arms out. I'm saying, like, in the most wisest kid voice I can produce, what would grandma think? What would she think watching you two do this? This is not what she would have wanted.
You were
But
separating your father and your brother and your father's brother from fighting when you were 11? Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah, yeah. They would go at blows.
My guy, that is extremely traumatic.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it, you know, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on here? Like, I know my grandmother probably rolling in her grave right now. And I even had a moment where um I actually saved my father. So I remember it clear as day. Um, my father passed November 20th, 2003. The night before my uncle had plotted to kill him. And I think he like said it out of
What the
some like misplaced um misplaced anger. I think him and my dad like had an argument, and he got real annoyed, and my dad had like went off to go to a friend's house, whatever. And it was me and two of my friends, and he was like, "Man, your father makes me so mad. You know, one day I'm just gonna kill him."
Telling on himself? What the heck?
You know, when he said that, my whole body like
Right.
was on alert.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
antennas went up. I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
What the
Nah,
fuck?
that's not something that you just
Yeah, you don't do that.
say.
You don't say that.
Definitely not to impressionable kids.
Right.
So I called my dad. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, stay. Because if you come home, you are gonna be in for a rude awakening." So he stayed home, and then the next day, that's when it happened. And I remember that clear as day. You know, being 15 years old, I was a sophomore in high school. I was just I just started on the basketball team, and I ended up making it to the varsity team. So I'm like, oh man, I got to bump shoulders with, juniors and seniors. Oh, this is about to be real fun. So I was like kind of nervous, but I was excited to tell my dad, and my mom and her dad popped up, and my mom was like ugly crying. I'm talking about puffy face.
Yeah, I imagine so.
It was bad. So I'm like,
What happened?
why is
Who
my mom
died?
crying? Like what's going on? This can't be good. And I asked her what's wrong, and she's like, son, I can't tell you. And I'm just like, whoa,
What do you mean?
really not good.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm kind of like on edge. So then she goes and hugs the basketball coach. Basketball coach gives her a hug, and the coach comes to me. He's like, son, take all the time you need. We'll be here. If you need anything. And I'm like,
I don't know what happened.
okay, like, thanks. Um, so then,
Oh, the innocence of youth.
I know, right? So then, like my grandfather, he walks me out, and we walk around the track. And this very circular track seems like I'm freaking playing Mario Kart on Rainbow Road. It's like going forever, right?
Right.
So we get halfway. We do about a good 5-6 laps, and once we get to the 7th lap, and we get halfway around the track, and he was like, son, I have some really bad news to tell you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, your father died today. And I'm like, huh?
Right.
Your father died today. And when I tell you, like, time stopped, like,
Yeah.
like the birds were flying, but they were flying in the same place. It was stuck, just flapping. Time stopped completely. Air didn't move, like the wind in the trees, the leaves didn't blow it, nothing. And I just fell to the ground. And
Yeah.
I always say this to anyone that I talk to this, that I tell this about, and hopefully it'll make sense in a way. If it was a rando that did this,
Yeah.
it still would have hurt because that's my father. You just took
Right.
my father from me.
Right.
The fact that it was a man I looked in the eyes every day I went over there,
Yeah.
and he told me, hey, stay away from drugs, nephew. Don't mess with that stuff. That stuff is bad for you.
Right.
And you do this?
Right. The ultimate betrayal.
Absolutely. So for me, betrayal is a trigger.
Yeah.
Even to a point where like I was young and dumb and I've betrayed someone that just ultimately in the end had my back. It hurt me deeply because I'm like, what the hell? Like I look just like him.
Yeah.
Like I'm betraying someone who had my back. I was an innocent kid when my uncle took my dad from me. So
Yeah. You were.
betrayal is very much a trigger for me. And I mean like just betrayal in the sense of if I tell you something in confidence and I don't understand why people do this, it's just some evil people in the world. If I tell you something in confidence, you have no right or rank to use that against me as a weapon to
No.
break me down.
That's fucked.
That's betrayal. I will
Yeah.
cut you off immediately without hesitation. I
Absolutely.
won't even explain why. You're done.
Good for you. Yeah. Know your worth. Know your fucking worth. Because
Absolutely.
I've seen that happen too many times. People are like, oh, well, I've known them for a while and like I was angry at them for a bit, It's like, no, cut them off.
Yeah.
Ain't worth it.
Yeah. And
Ain't worth all the drama.
I think it was I wanna say it was someone in the chat that said something about
Yeah.
they had a wife or they were married and someone said the N word.
It was Deadpool, King Deadpool. I can read his comment for you in a minute. Give me a second.
Yeah. So
Let me scroll up to that.
me and you have that in common.
Yeah.
Before I met my wonderful partner now, I was married. And I mean I blame myself because there was a lot of red flags that were there. And I just had tunnel vision. I didn't see none of it. I just kind of like we as people, some of us, we tend to look at the red flags and then substitute it with like great things about them. Like, no. That's a red flag for a reason. You need to figure out if that's a flag worth walking away from, because 9 times out of 10 it is. But it was just so many red flags, and I ignored them all, and I still made the choice to marry this woman, even though it was horrible. And one thing that I am against is abuse.
Absolutely.
Whether it's
Same.
emotional, physical, verbal.
Psychological.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh
do
yeah. I don't know if you were lurking me, but I always do for Mental Health Monday. I give a fuck my mom because she was very emotionally abusive to me.
Abusive. Yeah.
And engaged
That's
me in
terrible.
a dependent relationship for a long while, and I was just like not having it.
No, I don't blame you. So I am, of course, a man of color, and
Yes.
my ex-wife was Caucasian,
Sure.
and we had gotten into an argument. Well, more like she had gotten into an argument because I ain't arguing. Because
Right.
at the end of the day,
There's no argument.
no, for me, I feel like if I did something wrong, I can understand when the passion comes in your the passion comes out in your voice.
Sure.
Like I messed up. Like I did something wrong. But if we're just having conversation and you start screaming, instantly I'm like, oh, shutdown mode. I don't do the no. If we can't talk like civilized human beings, then we need to take a break, and then we need to come back when we've cooled down from whatever it is that has angered us.
Yelling is a very huge trigger for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't.
In here and myself included. I don't vibe with loud. I think loud often is aggressive, and it's just like just because you're the loudest person in the room doesn't make you right. And I hate it.
Absolutely
I
not.
hate it when people use it to like justify like
Yes.
saying really shitty things.
Yes. And I totally agree with you.
And this is in part of like the giant rant that I always go on about like personal responsibility. Like, you gotta own your actions. You gotta own your shit.
Yes. And for me, that's why I said, I'm gonna take accountability for the part that I played in the downfall of that, because, was I an angel? No. I mean, I didn't do anything like, crazy like infidelity or anything like that, but I did things that would be deemed wrong. So I have to take full responsibility for that. So she wanted to argue. I wasn't having it. She took like all her stuff and just knocked it off the dresser. I said, "Oh, I'm out." That's an invitation to aggression. If I get angry enough, I know where I can take things. I'm not about to mess up my life because you're angry. No. I'm getting out of here. I left. And then you're not gonna, if I give you that energy back, you know what you're gonna do? Call the police. Guess who they're gonna come get? Me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're gonna be like, oh, black man, obviously aggressive, obviously being aggressive, obviously being violent. Like, that's a criminal. Like, they make all the assumptions, right?
Yes. And not the person who initiated it. What about her? No, they're not gonna see that. So I left.
Yeah.
So then, we had a phone, she was texting me, and because I wasn't responding with that same energy, she decided she wanted to call me the N-word. And I was just like,
whoa. Oh, nope. Absolutely not. How dare she?
and it was like, and I'm even mad that, colored people use it. I because of that, I hate the word. It's not a
Fair enough.
It's not a term of endearment for me. That's a term of disrespect.
Yeah.
I refuse. And the way I say it is, just because it's our word, if we use it, that gives other people the idea that it's okay for them to use it against us.
But it's not. It's not.
So this was, this wasn't the with the A at the end. This was ER at the end.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
It was one of those.
Oh, when you say N-word, I assume it's ER.
First time, I was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, maybe this was angry moment. You let it slip. No, she did it again.
Doesn't matter, I think.
Right. No,
IMO, it doesn't matter.
No, and I totally agree. Like, that was my first thought, but then it's like, she's never said that since we've been together. So why would you say that now?
Right.
You meant that. I said, you know what? I wish no ill will on you. I wish you the best. And I said nothing after that. Wasn't nothing else to talk about. You sealed your fate just by saying that. So, I was just like, you know what? At that point, I don't use the word. The word is completely out of my vocabulary. And
man, that's your choice. That's your choice, man, and I respect it.
Yeah, and I even check my own friends when
Yeah.
they use it against me. I don't like that word.
Yeah.
Use something else.
Some people, I know some folks in the black community do use it as like a reclamation of just like a friendly term of endearment, but like definitely when it's used in that way of like, this is against you and this is like I'm insulting you, it's like, all right, buddy, get out of here.
And then like the crazy thing with me is, I think the words that people use against, Caucasians.
Sure.
I don't like those words either. And I even had a conversation with a Caucasian person. They was like, well, those words don't, but to you, they don't. I don't want that energy being directed towards me. Guess what? I'm just not going to use them.
Exactly.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
So
Straight up.
It's
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick. I run a 1.5-minute ad every hour on the hour. It's to prevent pre-rolls for folks that come into the stream. So with that, we're going to do an ad break here for 1.5 minutes. We're not going to say anything too groundbreaking and important. But I'll ask you the meaning of life and have fun with the ad, everyone else.
Okay.
All right. What's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. Wow. The meaning of life to me is honestly, it's all on how you make it. It really is. It's all on how you make it, what you learn, and how you apply it. It is a life is a never end is a journey that always requires you to learn. That's my definition of it.
Great. I'm gonna add that as a quote.
Yes.
Sorry, I've been munching a little bit as well.
Oh
because
no.
I haven't had dinner. I literally, so it's the way my job works is I do med run right before stream. Which is basically I go around houses, I give people their medications for the night.
Okay.
And I watch them take it, all that good stuff. And then I had to go pick up Frankie, my partner, from work, but the people for their next shift never showed up, or like they took a while to show up. So I literally walked in the door at like 6:30, and I was like, "Hey, babe, if you want to order food, I'm not going to say no."
Right. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, man. I'm definitely glad. Definitely glad this worked out for sure.
For sure. And time-wise, do you have any kind of a limit here?
I know probably soon.
Okay.
I know not at the moment, but I know probably in a little while.
Name a time and we can cut it then.
We do like 9:45.
Okay. I got you. No problem.
Yeah, we'll have to go tuck little man in, me and Mama Bear. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I can't wait to hear what other questions you got. This is getting good. I should have made like some honey lemon ginger tea or something. It's getting good. It's really good.
Hey, you could if you can. You can. I'll wait. I don't mind. Yeah. I'm glad I'm asking good questions because I've come into every single one of these talks every week with absolutely no prepped questions. I literally just let shit fly.
Yeah, and you know what? Having it that way, everything feels so much more organic.
Right.
You know what I mean? It feels like just everything flows. So yeah, that's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I might. I'm a little hesitant, but I might start just transitioning fully to that. I mean, like I always have. All right, so like my normal questions for Mental Health Monday, it's just like, but they're just like guiding just questions, right? It's just like, all right, let's define this.
Yes.
What are your experiences with this? What's your like traumatic backstory, TM, whatever, you know, just kind of a meme to say that kind of term, but it is what it is, right? And then that just goes everywhere. That's the bulk of the talk. And then, you know, how are you dealing with it now? How are you coping with it now? Whatever the heck it is. And then, you know, give hope. You know, what have you done? What has worked for you? What's advice for folks? You know, give hope. Do you have any resources related to this thing? Et cetera, so forth, right? Doesn't really work with intersectionality because it's literally just like, what's your life? Like, that's the question. Like, what is your life?
Crazy thing is I'm pretty sure I have answers to all those questions you just asked.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I feel free to ask them.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm definitely glad that I could share that the dark moment because not a lot of people. I mean, most wouldn't ever think. We don't suspect that people go through these very traumatic things and still come out strong. So it makes me curious. Like, dude, what did you do? Like, how did you get through that? Because maybe it can help me get through.
So, man, this is one of these like cultural disconnects from me because, and like I have to remind myself and I have to humble myself because they're to me, people going through traumatic experiences, man, like our generation went through traumatic experiences for breakfast, and that's not necessarily a good thing, you know? So like to like be where you're at and to be confident and like not, you know, all wrapped up in mental illness, like in a way it doesn't surprise me because like it's like I don't know how old you are to be fair, but oh no, I do. Yes, I do. Because you said you were 15 in 2003.
Yeah, 33.
So you're 33. Yeah, there you go. Good, thank you. Appreciate you not having have me do math.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so like I feel like millennial generation, like we've been traumatized so much, like every
Yes.
single day, like all the fucking school shootings, for instance, on the news. So it's just like whatever, another thing happens, and then it's like something happens in our life, and it's like, well, fuck, you know. So it doesn't surprise me that you've gone through something like that. I guess is what I'm saying, but you know, it's still shocking. It's still like whoa. So you know,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. You know, let's all right. So 15, dad dies. You know, life goes on. Like time might have stopped in your mind, but life went on.
Yeah.
How was going through your like young adult years, so like, you know, 15 to 18 to like 20, 25? What was that like for you?
It was tough.
And when did you, I guess my question ultimately would be like, when did you start like processing? When did you start like going to therapy, even if you did it before then? But like, yeah.
I want to say I started hitting therapy at like 17 because,
Really?
you know,
Good for
yeah,
you.
I started doing therapy at 17 because, you know, my mom didn't make the most responsible choices as far as like male figures in my life.
What does that
So
mean?
it might have been, you know, she might have had some idiotic boyfriend that thought he was teaching me the way to be a man, but he didn't.
And this was after your father died?
Yeah, this was after Pops died.
What are your feelings about that?
Um, I'm not mad at my mom. You know what I mean? To be honest, she was my tether. She was my best friend. Like, and my mom isn't perfect. My dad wasn't perfect.
Right.
He had some stuff with him that I was like, really, Dad? What's wrong with you? But you know, she always made sure that even if she didn't make the responsible choice as far as the men, she kept me out of harm's way. She kept me out of harm's way. She would talk, you know, Brandon, are you okay? How are you feeling? Because I know that, you know, as traumatic as it was for me, it had to be traumatic for her too, because it's like, as a mother, how do I tell my son his father died? And not only did he die, but he died in this way. And how do I continue to keep him from being influenced by the wrong people? Because I mean, that's true. If you don't have some type of influence in your children's life, they'll be influenced by the wrong people, the street,
Yeah.
bad, just all around toxic people. And you know,
True.
she busted her tail to make sure that, you know, I made the necessary steps to be the man that I am today. And yeah, 17, I started doing therapy, and you know, there was I had moments where like the little kid inside me was screaming. Like that's all the little kid inside me did was just scream, because I felt like, you know, graduation was coming up. My dad wasn't there for that.
No.
That's a pivotal moment, especially being a man of color. Society has already it feels like society is already against you, even in the womb. 18, you either in three things: drugs, jail, dead.
Yeah.
Society has already written your life before you've even lived it. No, I don't want to. Nope. Mm-mm. No, I don't want to. And that also ties into a tattoo that I have on me. It's on my stomach. It is it's an eagle with broken shackles flying through the sky, and I have a saying that I made up. It says, "Society will never make me a slave to stereotype. Therefore, I am free." An eagle is an apex predator, which no other animals hunt. Even though in the last few years, it kind of seems like colored people, LGBTQ people, we're being hunted like animals. So I made it a point to not be what society labels me, to be something different. And that scares them. Because I have a million tattoos. You could label me as a criminal because I have tattoos, but if you run my record, your jaw would drop because there's nothing there. You have no merit to stand on.
Oh man, you and Potch could talk. I feel
I would love to.
because Potchfad recounted to us when he was on a couple weeks about how he has a brother who got in a lot of trouble with the law. So he'd literally have cops come up, pull up on him when he was just walking down the street, existing as a person of color, and just be like, freeze, the whole fucking 9 yards.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what the fuck? And he's like, you're probably looking for my brother, not me. Like,
And that's crazy because I had an incident where I was at work. I had security shirt on and everything. A cop of color threw me to the ground and detained me, saying that I fit the description.
Of course you did.
Sir, what description are you talking about?
Tall black male. Done.
Right. And that's when, I was just like,
It's trained.
what the hell?
It's trained. It's indoctrined. That's how cops are. It's an indoctrined cult of learning to be racist, pretty much.
Yeah.
And even black cops are indoctrined to it too, and they fucking buy into it.
And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not safe from anybody.
Nope.
My own people don't even understand the fight that we're fighting. So you would arrest me because I look like the description? Mind you, I'm at work. Like, I'm not out. Never did any type of drugs a day in my life. But because I fit the description, bingo, got him. Yeah, no. And
listen, wrongful detention is only a complaint that white people can make. Because they'll just be like, oh, well, you fit the description, so we're justified. Fuck you.
And that is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It is.
So, and that happened to me, in my teenage years, dealing with my dad. And I got thrown out of my car for tailgating.
Oh my god.
The bad part is the cops got the car that I was tailgating. They got that one wrong. No, you profiled me. That's what you did. That's what you did. You profiled me.
I honestly, that's a lot. That's a lot of reason why I end up driving more than anything. I mean, also Frankie doesn't like to drive, but I'm just like, I don't want you to get a DWB. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared of Albany cops. Yeah.
Right, driving while black. Like, you don't. Are you nuts? They seen a jelly bean in my car and thought it was an ecstasy. So I'm like,
God, I laugh, but that's so fucked. That's so fucked.
I know you guys. I know you guys can't be. You know what? Maybe you are that dense. Maybe you are.
I mean, they decided to be a cop, so maybe they are.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it just sucks because it's like there are good cops, but it's like all the idiots
Doesn't matter.
are in the they're in the way.
Are there really good cops if even the good cops are letting the bad cops get away with shit? Because there is a very, very tight brotherhood, militaristic kind of like toxic masculinity-esque of like, don't ask, don't tell pretty much, but in the form of like, yeah, well, we don't tell on our brothers, kind of thing. Like,
that's very true.
Shit went down, you don't talk about it. And if you do, you're outed, pretty much.
Or killed.
Yeah, in some instances, yes.
I mean, that happened here in Baltimore. A detective was going to testify against other cops. They killed him before he could testify. Why would you do that? Because you knew you were done. But your slogan, what is it? Protect and serve. No, it's starting to sound like punish and enslave.
Because it is. That's what the cops were originally, anyway.
Yeah.
They were literally there just to enforce the fucking rich white man's ruling. The first cops were the slave drivers, the fucking whippers, you know?
So it's just,
Come on.
having to deal with that and
And honestly, this is I'm getting on my high horse a little bit about it because like this is the shit that America refuses to acknowledge. We refuse to acknowledge our racist past, and because of that, because we're frankly fucking proud of it as a country, we're going to never really acknowledge the problematic nature of police.
and another thing I want to touch on that. I know that people's first instance when a horrible crime is committed is black on black crime, and
Oh my god, I fucking hate that term.
now before
Sorry.
before you
Go ahead.
no, that is a thing, right?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. I get sick and tired of hearing a little kid got shot on Christmas because he wanted to get some Jordans. Or a
Right.
grandmother got robbed getting a PlayStation 5
Right.
for her grandchild. Colored people, we have to stop killing each other over these trivial, minute things. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
For what? It's like pride in people want things handed to them. They don't want to work for them.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You want to take from somebody else who worked hard to get theirs, and you think that's okay? No, because it's all fun and games until it happens to you. Now it's a problem.
Yeah. It's entitlement, man.
Yeah, and
Perceived entitlement.
And I'm just like, man. So, the whole this I don't even want to bring it up, but
You can.
this Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I got someone who I made one tweet about it. Kyle Rittenhouse is
Oh God, Jeffrey, you don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh Jesus.
okay. So short answer. Kyle Rittenhouse is dumbass motherfucker who decided to cross a what's the whole fucking scenario? Crossed state lines with an automatic rifle to go quote unquote protect protesters. He fucking came at people and he shot at them and he killed 2 people.
Right. Now.
And he was recently his whole trial took maybe not even a week, I feel.
Yeah.
Not even a week of a trial, and it was like, God, it was they should call it a mistrial because he literally for jury selection he picked names out of a fucking hat. Literally, they folded up names and put it in a hat, and he picked names of his jury members. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, he was found not guilty on all charges, all counts, not even manslaughter, not even unintentional. Like what? Like people still died. Hello? And my tweet about it. Hold on. Let me read out my tweet. All right. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you?" And then I was mad that someone fucking hated on it. Simply put, if you're not going to be part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Silence speaks volumes. What happened today in the hashtag Kyle Rittenhouse trial is institutional racism at work. It's the oldest fuck news headline of white guy commits murder, gets off scot-free, angry, sick, throwing up emoji in that order.
Yeah.
And literally someone fucking fought me on that. They're like, it's not racist. The victims were white. And I'm like, you're missing the fucking point, my guy. You're missing the point. A white guy just killed a bunch of people and got away with it.
If
Again.
it was a black man.
If it was a black man, he would already be dead at the scene. There wouldn't be no fucking trial, or he'd be lynched at trial.
He would have got arrested quickly.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been now what I will say is from a legal standpoint, legally it would be called self-defense, right? But you got away and you
He got away with murder.
At all for nothing? Mm-hmm. Oh no. Nope. There's a black dude.
No, lynched.
He
Done.
didn't even like brandishing your weapon. Okay,
Right.
so most people think that, all right, say I come to, let's say I come to Waba's town and I'm walking around, I'm like,
Want to come to Albany? Open carrying? You get fucking jumped, dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And I go and flash it. That's not brandishing. When you brandish a weapon, you are aiming it.
Yeah, you're aiming it, you're taking out. That's what he was doing. Dumbass.
That is brandishing a weapon. He was an idiot for even going there.
Yeah.
You're 17, dude. Stay your ass at home.
Seriously.
What was the point of you being there? Because you're loyal to your town? Yeah, it was all fun and games until you was getting cracked in your head with that skateboard. And then the other thing, you're taught in gun safety class. Do not pull your weapon out unless you have the intent.
Yeah, seriously. To shoot it.
So, right. So I think there was another guy that pulled a gun out on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do anything?
Hmm?
He didn't shoot. He had the gun. It looked like he had the gun drawn at him, but he didn't shoot. That's a life and death decision.
Mm-hmm.
That was, of course, it sucked what happened to him, but
Yeah.
dude, he didn't get charged with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. How? How was that even possible?
Well, Bear Project, he was just a widow white boy and he's so innocent and he's so young and, he's just a kid and wah, and all the fucking sympathy in the world and childish.
Let me walk to the mall with my shotgun and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
You criminal, you a thug. You got a record,
I'm gonna get shot. They're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Caucasian people have done worse and got walked out.
Mm-hmm. Just walked out, a pat on the back, slap on the wrist. Oh, it's okay, baby. They're there. What the fuck?
What? Now, the case I'm really scared for, and I hope this case gets justice, is that case with Travis McMichael and what they did to Ahmaud Arbery.
Mm-hmm.
That absolutely fucking disgusting.
What was that case?
That was the case. This kid, this colored kid,
Yeah.
was on a run, right?
Oh, yeah.
I get angry every time I see it. This kid didn't do anything. He ran into a house that wasn't even fixed, ran out. You guys hit this man with your truck. Three white men.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all decided to be vigilantes. Follow this kid in your truck.
Mm-hmm.
You hit him twice. And then one of you had a handgun that you shot him with and a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you need to go to jail.
Oh, it was self-defense, Bear. I swear to God, that's what the lawyer is gonna do.
Waba, I'm telling you, if they let them slide, it's gonna look like Ferguson all over again. People are going to go ballistic. Now, we already know how fucked the justice system is, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have riots 2.0. Listen, it only takes 1% of the population to start a proper riot and a coup. All right. Just saying.
They let that slide?
Yeah.
Oh, all hell's gonna break loose.
Mm-hmm.
All hell will absolutely break loose. They get off with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, one of the brothers even said one of the people in the jury asked him, so did he do anything to you? No, he wasn't threatening in any manner. Why the fuck did you shoot him?
Good. All right, they are putting them to task. Good. Fucking hell. I'd be so scared. Because, honestly, I just know how that shit goes. We know how that shit goes.
But then the crazy part is where they were is a stand your ground law. So imagine if Ahmad had a gun and popped one of them, he'd be in jail right now
Yeah.
for protecting himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'd be in jail because then be three dead folks right there. Because
Yeah.
you followed me. I didn't do anything to y'all. If that was the case, call the cops.
Right. You're not the fucking police.
No, cops are supposed to stop crime before it starts. You can help after it's already started and the cops are there.
Right.
You can assist. You didn't do any of that.
And even that is kind of pushing it.
Oh, and I'm gonna bake your noodles some more, Waba.
Yeah, please.
One of the I think another member of the jury said, "Oh, yeah, we need to do something about it because we don't want any more black pastors out front." On live TV, you idiot.
I mean,
And now it's the Million Man March out front of that courtroom. Wonder why.
at least they're outing themselves now. You know, that's the only fucking positive I can glean from this shit. The racists feel so empowered to just out themselves on Maine now. It's great, but like it's awful because those juries will keep standing. Those juries will keep standing. They're not going to switch them off though. They're going to be like, yeah, no, this is a partial jury. They should call for a mistrial immediately. Honestly,
that's the part that pisses me off. Why did you hide it for so long? Come on with it. At least I'll know who you are. I can connect faces and everything, and I know how to deal with you accordingly.
Pretty much. Yep.
But you gonna do that on live TV, buddy? On a case that the entire world is watching. So all right, cool. So you already revealed what type of person you are. So if you got people sending letters to your house, if you got a crowd, an angry mob around your house, don't ask why.
Well, they're not going to ask why. They're just going to, say that they're a victim, and they're the real victim here. Because this is what happens, dude. It's fucked. It's so fucked.
It is.
I'm so disgusted too. Yeah.
You literally said we don't want any. You couldn't have said pastors. You couldn't have said pastors and like left it a little bit
there ambiguous. Even though everyone fucking knew you were meaning that. But then you just said it.
You said black pastors. Oh yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. No.
You deserve all the shit that you getting.
Yep.
For saying that live on air, idiot. What's wrong with you?
They're feeling bold. Listen. We obviously fucking hate Trump here. Yeah. Again, the only good thing that came out of Trump was all the fucking racists came out of the woodworks and were like so empowered. And we're like, here we are. And we're like, all right, great. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Now,
banned,
I think it
fired,
was, I think it was dead. Yeah, I think it was Deadpool.
Yeah.
He asked me if I punched a bigot.
Yeah.
I punched a racist person.
Yeah.
Going in a parking spot, going to the store. Oh, here go those N-words. Always want to fight. I said, excuse me? Oh, you heard what I said. I didn't even wait. Next time, you'll think before you speak. I did that. Somebody else would do worse.
Literally, yeah. Yeah.
So, after you wake up, get back in your car, go home, and think about what you did.
Yep.
So
straight up.
And then another thing that bothers me, right? I don't want any of you guys, my friends, y'all shouldn't have to get no bad rap just because you are associated with being my friend.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You're friends with a color guy.
What? And? I'm friends with a lot of black people. What the fuck you mean?
Waba, I'm telling you, man.
No, I believe it. I'm with you. We're same page here, but I'm just like, it's so fucking ridiculous.
It is annoying.
Yeah, it's mad annoying, and you gotta, and that's the fucking existence you have. Pretty much, it's just an everyday. That's why I started this whole talk by saying you're pretty much reminded every single day. you're a person of color. You're a black man. You know.
You can't even do anything because they're gonna say, "Oh, you're violating.
Oh, you're one of those.
You're violating the First Amendment, free speech."
What?
No. Let me. If you have nothing nice to say, shut up.
How about golden rule? Also, how about freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences? Dumb bitch. Come on.
Yeah. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, your action was this N-word. My equal but opposite reaction was to ball up my fist, reach way back, and assert myself. That's what happened.
I love you. I love you for that. Honestly. Straight up, straight shooter. I love it, dude.
I don't understand. And then it's like, having being in an interracial relationship or having interracial babies, like people are looking at you funny for what? It doesn't affect you. Mind your goddamn business.
Literally, the world would be a much better place if everyone just fucking minded their own. Straight up. All right, I know you're out of time, but can I ask you one more question?
I'm mad I'm out of time because if
I'm mad you're out of time too. I want you to keep talking.
If we didn't have to put little man to sleep and I didn't have this crazy shift tomorrow, oh my god, we could talk all night.
We could talk all night, man. I mean, you can come back sometime. I don't know when, but we're gonna try to get something to get going here. I want to talk to you all night. You're good one-on-one.
Let me know.
Yeah.
But yes, what is your last question?
I'm very sorry to spring this on you, but I think it's this command. Yeah, these are all the questions that were asked during the first talk that I wrote down. So we're just gonna ask the last one, which is like the one that you gotta fucking think on for a bit. If I give you every single, I'll give you all the resources in the world, all the money in the world, all the time in the world. End racism. Go.
All the money and all the time in the world to end racism?
Yeah. How do you end hatred? You know.
How do I end hatred and racism? All that shit they took out them books to misinform them. I go find them and bring them books back. We need to educate people.
Yeah.
History has been what's that word? I don't know. Tainted.
Just a little bit. Just a little whitewashed.
You know.
Yeah, no, for real.
We'll taint it. And I would just let people know that there is a such thing as privilege. I mean, hello. Look at what's going on.
Hi. Perceived white cis male here.
But and I'm so glad.
Dude, I own my privilege, and I tell people, like, listen, I have a lot of privilege, and I know that, and I own it. But what I want to do is, if I convince enough people to like support me, and part of that is like my privilege, boosting me, great, fine. I'm just gonna use it as a platform to put other people whose voices aren't heard as much. So that's why I like inviting folks on here.
But at the same time, most cisgender, white men would think, oh, I'm just gonna sit this one out. No. The same way everybody in this, all the viewers here felt like, yo, this shit is fucked up. You guys have a voice. Sitting around doing nothing is a problem.
Silence is part of the problem.
So don't think just because, hey, hi, I'm cisgender white male. No, I don't have a voice. No. Yes, you do.
Yeah, of course I have a voice. I use my voice to raise up others.
Yes.
Because that's the best thing I can do right now.
And I don't even just raise up others, but raise awareness.
That's what it is. It's raising mental health awareness. It's raising awareness for this issue. Yes. And I always include intersectionality on mental health talks anyway, because I'm just like, all right, how is your identity salient to your mental health? How'd that affect things?
Yes, and the help, and also another thing that I would do on top of ending racism, I would want all the men to know, being emotional or having feelings or emotions does not make you soft.
Yep.
Do not let anyone else tell you different. You are allowed to have feelings. Yes, of course, society has drilled it into men. We see it every day. When if you ever gotten beat or you ever got a spanking, oh, you want to stop crying? I'm gonna give you something to talk about. I'm gonna give you something to cry about. You're a man.
my
Men don't
God.
cry.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
I don't know what beanstalk you fell from. Men cry. When it
Yeah.
hurts, men cry. And
Yeah.
there is no reason why no man should be told, oh, you're soft, you're a punk, you need to grow up, be a man. Being a man means being in touch with your emotions.
Sure.
You don't have to be tough.
Right. Absolutely.
Even the tough people cry. What does
Oh,
that
man.
say?
Means they're strong.
Yes.
Well, I'm about to cry.
Hey, listen. Go for it, man.
Well, you've just been interviewed by me, non-binary, queer, pansexual as fuck. What's good? I'm a person, and I love it. I love this talk, man. I love you.
Love you too, man.
Thank you for coming on. This is awesome.
This was amazing.
Hell
These uncomfortable talks need to be had more often.
That's why I'm having weekly. Weekly, man. Come back next week. We got Maki. We got Sam the Unicorn again. We got Stara.
Okay.
I don't know who else. I don't know who else is gonna come by.
Might have to come slide through next week.
Maybe I'll ask Posh. I try to keep it to 3 max, but we'll see.
Listen, we can. Man.
Maki spits so much. I love her. She goes ham. She is unashamedly just
Good.
so open about everything that's gone on with her life. Maki's great. Yeah.
And that is a beautiful thing. Being transparent and being honest and knowing yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in their own way because they don't know themselves. And they're not honest about it either. So, yes. Yeah, I definitely would love to come back for sure.
Got you. It's up here. All right. Reintroduce yourself. Let me give you another shout out here.
Hello, all of you wonderful people. I am the Bear. It has been such an amazing, it's been an amazing time with you guys, just talking to you and getting to know you guys and you guys getting to know me. Listen, I'm so fucking glad we all are on the same page in here. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Even if some of our perspectives may not align and we disagree, guess what? That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make me a bad person.
Exactly.
But I'm glad we didn't even need a middle ground because we all walk in the same path at this point.
No, we know it.
Regardless of color, anything of that nature.
Absolutely.
We all know where we stand. Together.
Yep.
That's the only way some type of change is going to happen. We can't be playing tug of war with each other. We have to play tug of war with the problem. Yeah. So
Facts.
you know, it's been amazing. It's been amazing talking to every single one of you. Waba, thank you so much for the invite.
Of course, man.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Definitely appreciate it. This has been great. This has been awesome.
It has. I couldn't agree more. Let's do it again real soon. All right.
Yes, definitely.
All right. I'll see you.
Definitely. All right, man.
Bye.
Be safe, everyone.
Be safe. Peace out. Oops.
Come catch Waba live, only on Twitch.
All right. That was fun. That was great. Is Frankie okay? Frankie seems okay. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Frankie's good. Frankie's good. Frankie's fine. We good. All right, that was really cool. That was really fucking cool. I love Bear Project. I don't know. I think Jeffrey heard a noise or something.
I didn't make any noises.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Anyway, all right. What do we want to do? Do we want to? We have a choice. That was so amazing. Love you guys. Love you too, Bear Project. That was so amazing. What happened to Frankie? Nothing. Frankie's good.
You should play Pokemon.
I should play Pokemon?
Yes, but first take yourself a little break.
Okay. Frankie says I should take a break and then we should play Pokemon. How do we think? What are we thinking? What do we want to do? We do Pokemon. We could do the game that'll make me cry.
What game is gonna make you cry?
Part of me. The really emotional game. That was like,
I feel like that's a lot for right now.
it's a lot for right now.
Yeah. You had a long day already.
I did have a long day, actually. Let me get a proper shot for Bear Project here.
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Waba streamer?
It's Pikachu!
There we go. So, let me see.
Your clips are always so low.
All right, here we go. Got it. So, yo, what up, homie? Here from Alien Planet. Hey, my guy, what's going on?
Random. Love it. Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with that right now as well. Yeah. I'll play Pokemon. I'll do a poll. Let me do a poll. All right, who wants Pokemon? Who wants Pokemon? Who wants to raid out? What do?
There are no other options.
There are no other options?
No.
Wow. All right. There we go.
You could have put other options if you wanted.
No, you said there's no other options, babe.
Well, Jeffrey suggested The Sims.
No other options.
Damn. It's okay. There's a blank option. That one can be Sims.
Yeah, the blank options Sims. There you go.
Okay. While you all vote, I'm taking Waba away.
All right, I'm being taken away. Goodbye. Also, feel free to comment, ask questions. All right, I'll be here. I'll be right back.